Flaming Sword here, back at it again, once again, and today, I got a deck profile showcase for you guys, and this is still in playtesting for me. What I have for you guys is red, blue, sisu on ice. Now, might be wondering why I'm wearing gloves this time. Well, hands not that pleasing. Well, technically for one of them, so I will have glove on for one of them. The other one you're gonna see not. And without any further ado, here's the explanation to my sisu on ice set 7 playtest release for this deck. Ruby Sapphire has gotten a lot of upgrades, and really bigger ones than lower rarity, to the point it's ridiculous. So you'll be seeing I run 4 copies of the Popsicle just for that extra card draw on turn 1, 2 Vitalospheres, and 2 unconventional tools, because then I can just sack them and be able to play like a Lucky Dime on turn 5 if I'm needing to, which I run 2 of. We do have the 3-drop bell, which is our turn 1 play if I'm banishing an item. So like if needing to, because realistically you don't want to waste on the unconventional tool to play a Lucky Dime like turn early. So like if you had an unconventional tool and a Popsicle, you can basically unconventional tool, banish it, and be able to play a bell for free, which then unconventional tool it can trigger. You can play the Popsicle for free and draw a card. So essentially you'll be able to just get 2 items for 1 character, which it's really impactful in my opinion, and gives a lot more benefit than most people would realize. Also for sacking items, so we have the valuable, our continuous card draw of 4-drop Hiram Flavisham, which every time he quests or when he comes in, sack an item, draw 2. Eventually he might get hit, but we shall see, because there's a lot worser stuff than him at this point with this deck. For item recursion, I have 4 Tamatoa, the new 6-drop Tamatoa, Happy as a Clam, which is the newer Tamatoa, so that when it comes in, you can add two items from your discard pile to your hand, so you can basically bring back your Popsicles, add them to your hand on 7 ink to be able to play 1, draw, and whenever you quest, you can play an item for free, so you'll be able to play a Lucky Dime for free if having one on the board, and just get full value engine on that. Then we have our continuous recursion items, which is our 4 copies of the 8-drop Tamatoa, which is what I'm running. Comes in, and whenever you quest, add an item from the discard to your hand, so you can essentially loop with the 1-drop Popsicle, be able to play it, draw, sack it, quest with Tamatoa, and he gets a lore for every item in play, so you can just add the Popsicle back, and you can just keep the cycle going to the point that you can basically just get every single piece you need to end the game. Our last item, which I run only 3 copies of, and it's the newer one, Sapphire Coil. This card is dumb. This is like the upgraded version of Ice Block, essentially. Which every time you ink, you can basically -2 off of a character. And it's just insane. It's just insane on how good this card actually is. Because of the -2 strength, it can essentially make almost everything easier, to where you can just basically like brawl a high cost character, which I run 4 of, And if you're able to with 1 or 2 times, or if you have 2 Sapphire Coils, you could basically ink twice, -4 strength, and be able to, like, get rid of a single character with small sisu. Or if you wanted to, with your opponent has a wider board, you can basically just board wipe only on your opponent's side with big sisu, which I run 3 of. Like, it's just insane. It's just insane how insane Red Blue has become over time now, that it is essentially the most playable 2-color combination you'll ever see. For the next cards, I run 2 copies of the Beagle Boys. Beagle Boys is just dumb, because when it comes in, you can give a chosen character rush and a resist +1, so you can go like half shark, which I run 2 of. So you can basically, on your 6th ink, play a half shark, quest for 2, rush and resist 1 to target half shark, challenge, and then be able to grab an action from your discard to your hand, which you can automatically get that value out of the half shark with just the Beagle Boys, to where you don't even need that much of Vitalosphere. Vitalosphere is still here in case if we don't get the Beagle Boys, especially if we're going first and we don't have, or going second to where we don't have the necessary ramps. For actions, so that you can grab off of Maui, half shark Maui, which would be a hideaway, 1 of that I run. For sale for the extra ramp, and 4 visions to look at the top 5, grab 1, and essentially be able to gain lore from playing those actions if needing to. You can also have sing like a how far I'll go, gain a lore, look at the top, then look at the top 2, 1 into the inkwell face down exerted, the other one into the hand, and just be able to ramp as well at the same time. And it gets insane. I also run only 1 copy of All Is Found. This is a newer card, and it's actually insane for a ramp, to where you can basically just play that, choose 2 cards from your discard pile, and put them into your inkwell face down exerted. So it allows you to ramp twice, gives you 2 ramps, and it can be any card, because there are times so where it's like, plus with it half shark, can bring this back and basically be your repeatable Great Stone Dragon in a sense. In a higher rarity, and also on top of that is the song. Yes, Ursula the Deceiver can snipe these songs, especially of the Pirate's Life, which we run only 1 of, because we can still continuously cycle it with half shark Maui, and still be able to gain the lore, to where we can just basically gain 3 from playing 1 song, and just go a little more insane. For the last cards, I run 3 copies of Grandma Tala, which, as it comes in, look at the top 2, 1 into the hand, the other at the bottom, and basically this card just gives a little more deck manipulation. Gives the more deck manipulation to be able to just get it forward and going. The final last 2 cards I run, which I only run 2 copies of Be Prepared, which is the only sensual board wipe, clear board wipe to reset the board, and then be able to get the control, putting removal after removal after removal after prep, and just get and outstand the value from that control. Well, that's the current deck from what it's currently looking like for now. But there are other options that I would consider, which might consider of like maybe testing it out on a Develop Your Brain. If you don't have a Grandma Tala, this is also good because it's a 1-drop to look at the top 2. 1 into the hand, the 1 at the bottom. And with the half shark Maui, you can basically gain the lore from that. the other card I might recommend, and it's a newer one, Water Has Memory. It's insane for this one because you could basically look at the top 4 cards of any player's deck and put one on top, the rest in the bottom. So essentially, you can look at your opponent's top 4, put one on top, and you can basically make it to where that's the first card they draw, and gives you ahead of time knowledge at the same time, which can allow you to manipulate your opponent's deck a bit at the same time of manipulating your own. Plus, with Half Shark, you can bring that back and then play it since it's a 1-drop. Sure, it's uninkable, but when you have a very low uninkable slot, I think Water Has Memory has a good shot of being the replacement. For ice, you can do like the ice blocks if you want to, if you don't have the Sapphire Coils. But Sapphire Coil is just a upgraded ice block that's inkable. You can also run the Mana Medusa for more removal mid-range. You also have the 5-drop Maui as the option, because this one can actually allow, and Medusa can also allow you to sing All Is Found and still get the lore off of Maui while double ramping on a 5-drop song and just get full value. For ramps, other ramp options, you can run like a Tipo if you want, which can allow you to ink a card from your hand if you have a hand filled with uninkables, face down exerted. Though with a low uninkable count, I don't think you'll be needing Tipo that much unless you have like 15 or 16, in my opinion, of uninkables to where you can utilize on Tipo a lot more. You can also have an option of Fishbone Quill, which might be an option because of the fact of Ink Geyser coming around, and Sapphire Emerald might be the next other meta option deck for 2 colors for the meta. When I was playtesting against Emerald Sapphire with the Ruby Sapphire deck, I was still able to I was able to bounce back from it, regardless of getting my ink up to 3. It's just if I overextended too much on the ink is when it would screw me over. But I think it benefits you as the red-blue player more than it benefits on Emerald Sapphire that plays the Ink Geyser. Because yes, it can slow you down, but with all your stuff, most of the stuff you want to play that are 4 or 5, you already can play, or play more continuous stuff, which basically makes it difficult. With Quill, you can basically bounce back from a Ink Geyser to the point you can just be able to ramp a bit quicker if you've been hit with multiple Ink Geysers instead of just one. Like, it has to take about 2 or 3 Ink Geysers for red-blue to be fully slowed it down enough for the Emerald Sapphire player to take that advantage and be able to win off of it. The other option is a Meduck Manor. If you're especially up against like in a mirror match for that stall and everything, and oh my god, Meduck Manor is so annoying in my opinion. Because you still get the 2 lore guaranteed. The moment that they would play like a Seuss or at least a Seuss or a Rise of the they'll have to end up playing, if you're up against Steel for Rise of the Titans, to banish Meduck Manor freely without wasting your characters. Or wasting any more of your salts, like in a Long Game Seuss and a character. It's either they have the Rise of the Titans for that one use, or they'll have to waste 2 or more removal to get rid of the Meduck Manor, or 2 or more characters to eliminate it, which can essentially have you the better stall. But that's my recommendation for you guys, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you again for watching this video. Smash that like button if you were able to enjoy this. Comment down below for any other more deck profiles that you want to see. Subscribe if you haven't, and click on the bell to never miss a single one of my videos. Because if you haven't been subscribed, what are you doing? You're missing the fun. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. Flaming Sword here. I'm out.